Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy. Hey, everyone. I'm here. I'm recording. Um, I'm definitely not watching Philosophy Tube at the same time as this. That's not happening. That's fake news. Don't believe anyone who says that. I'm here to record a podcast. I don't know how long it's gonna be. It's the first episode, and we're just making stuff. We're just gonna do it. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so, and the concept for this is I watched the Random Ideas Jane Animations video. I rewatched it a while back, and I was like, what if I did this, but it was a full podcast series where I just wrote down random thoughts that I had in my brain, and I talked about them for an extended period of time. Now, you may say, why did you do this? I don't know. I want to make more content quickly. I want to make content once a week. And I also want to make scripted content, which takes longer, and actual content that takes actual effort to edit. But I have to intersperse real easy to make content in there so that I can keep up a once a week schedule, because that's what I want to do. Maybe twice a week. Some days I just don't feel like it, but I'm going to have all of them scheduled ahead, because that's why I took that's why I took most of December off. Alright. So let's start. First question. At what point when you add rice to a salad does it stop becoming a salad and become a bowl? Now I thought of this when I was at Willie's, and they put down rice first and then lettuce if you ask for it. But what if it was the reverse? What if you put a bunch of lettuce in a bowl and then started pouring rice on top of it? At what point does it stop becoming a salad and start becoming a bowl? No one could give me a good answer. Mostly because only like 3 people that I asked gave me an answer. Most of them were like, I don't know, or stop talking to me, or I have something else important to do. That sounded more rude than I wanted it to, but yeah, it hurt my feelings. But whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I want an actual measure of when you're adding rice to your salad, it stops being a salad. Like, is it like what do you even measure that with? Do you measure it in like half the grams of the salad? Maybe half the volume of the salad. Maybe a quarter. Maybe a third. I do not know. I cannot know the answers. Answers probably don't even exist. If I wanted to know, I would have to invent the answers, and I'm not in the mood to do that right now. I can't be revolutionary in all of my thoughts. Sometimes I want to be able to ask a question and actually get an answer instead of people being like, I don't know, that's a dumb question, Janal. Well, I'm sorry. I asked you to answer it. Jeez. Alright, next is iPhone should have exactly the amount of cameras that the number of the iPhone is. So with like the iPhone, whatever the next one is, they're adding a third camera onto it. And I was like, why stop there, Apple? Why wimp out and only give me 3 cameras? I don't have an iPhone, but if they did this, I would get an iPhone, man. I would get one. Like, they need to... I'm sorry. This... They need to do this. The iPhone 11 cameras. And then when all the cameras take up the back, put new cameras inside of the old cameras. Like, that's just what you gotta do. You just put cameras and then put smaller cameras in the lenses of those cameras, so you have double camera lens and double the fidelity and double the power and double the everything. It's double strength. It's double perfection. That would be utter perfection in the form of a phone. And if I had 22 cameras within cameras, I will buy an iPhone. When and only when they give me cameras within cameras. Why stop there? You can nest cameras inside of each other forever. Technology is getting able to be more compact anyway. Why wimp out? Do it now. Do it. I need you to do it right now. Put in cameras and cameras and cameras and cameras. My My camera doesn't have a lens within a lens. Why not? Mine is a few years old. I just bought it, but like it's a D3200. They're on like the 37, I think. New cameras should have cameras within their cameras for extra fidelity, and you can zoom both of them at the same time, and they would like link up and enhance each other. I don't understand why this isn't a thing. All these camera engineers need to get on this, and I think that they're doing a disservice to society by not already having this be a thing. Like, think of all the potential it could have for doing a camera inside of a camera. If the outer lens breaks, you still got the inner lens, and you still have a functioning camera. If, you don't need two lenses anymore. You just need one, because it's double the everything. And you can get a wide shot and a close-up shot by nesting a close-up lens, a zoom lens, and the wide shot lens. I don't know camera words, but I don't know camera words. But yeah, and then you could get a close-up and a wide shot simultaneously. How cool would that be? You cannot tell me that I wouldn't believe you if you said, Gigi, I don't want to see a wide shot within a smaller shot. That's crap, and you're stupid. If you think that, I can no longer trust in your opinion. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. That's the correct opinion to have, and if you don't have it, then I'm sorry to tell you that you need to shape up or get out of the kitchen. Get out of my lawn. Get off my lawn, Jeffrey. Why are you still here? No one wants you to be here, Jeffrey. Why are you here? Go away. Ah! I just picked the mic. Okay. That went, I think it's an understatement to say that one went a little bit off topic. So, now we're going to talk about how I put ice in my gum. So when I'm chewing gum, I've been chewing it for a while, and it's like kind of lame. I eat some, and I have access to a cup with ice in it, or like a drink. I chew up the ice and make sure that my gum goes around the I make sure my gum goes around the ice, and then I chew the ice into the gum. And although it does make the gum stiffer, however, it makes the gum cold and reinvigorates my passion for chewing that specific gum. I just, it's just lit, y'all. Swaggy. But yeah, it's real good, and you should try it the next time that you have a bad gum experience. Just pop some ice in that sucker, and then you'll be real nice off. Like, now it's really Cool Mint, which, I mean, I don't eat Cool Mint. I eat spearmint, like a real mint pro. You know what I mean? Or grape. Grape's good too. Grape is a good flavor of gum. And it's the best fruity flavor. It's the good one. Cherry lemon is also pretty good. Watermelon sucks. I like the actual flavor of watermelon, but then it drains out really quickly and just becomes a normal bubblegum flavor, which is one of my most hated flavors of anything ever, and they need to stop making toothpaste out of it. And that used to be literally my least favorite toothpaste because I hated how it tasted. I don't even know if that's actually no, it was the berry toothpaste. The berry toothpaste sucked. Pepto-Bismol is what has it. Pepto-Bismol is the worst. I hate it. I hate Pepto-Bismol. I haven't had it in years. I've had stomach problems since then. I've had real bad acid reflux. But you know what? I can take an antacid, and it doesn't taste like I just swallowed gum. I hate gum. It doesn't taste like gum. Last time I had Pepto-Bismol, I puked everywhere. And you know what? That's not an experience that I want to recreate. You know what I mean? That's a bad... Puking everywhere is bad. That's my official, correct opinion. And if you disagree, I maybe see a therapist. Eating disorders are a serious issue, and if you see anyone in your life having signs of eating disorders, you might want to talk to them and ask them to get help. And eating disorders have one of the highest death rates among like mental illnesses. I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked up anything because I came into this with barely prepared. But seriously, on a serious note, if you know anyone that is exhibiting the qualities of having an eating disorder, which I know a lot of times people like mask and stuff, but if you can tell, please urge them to seek help. Thank you. I don't know why that got so serious all of a sudden. It was pretty important, but like, okay. Speaking of serious, death, sleep and comas are just like free trials of death, but they're different free trials. Sleep is like the free trial that's offered to anyone at any time, any place. You can just like click the button and it'll be like, wow. It'll be like, wow. You have, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, you have a trial of death for tonight, but you can do it every night because you keep making fake email addresses and then deleting them afterwards, and it doesn't require you to input, doesn't ask you to put in a credit card information so that you don't just put in the same credit card over and over again. It doesn't do that. So it doesn't know that it's you. It can't know. You're a ninja. You're a stealthy ninja stealthy. That was words. Those were words. Those were words that I said. They came out of my mouth, and it happened. Stealthy ninja stealthy. Okay. Anyway, so that's sleep. A coma is like the special offer free trial. Like, it'll send you an email and be like, hey, you can get this free for a month. Or, it'll be like the YouTuber. It'll be like, enter my special code and get Squarespace free for 1 month. But, instead of it being a YouTuber, it's head trauma. Or medicine. Those things. And then really long comas are like you did that and it made you enter a credit card and you decided you liked the service and didn't want to cancel it. So you just kept letting it go on and on and on, and then eventually you kind of stopped using it and was like, why am I paying for this? And then you cut off your subscription, and that's when you wake up. Or die. Dying is when you're like full in, like, I think I'm gonna keep this forever. I haven't really worked out that part. That part's a gray area. Like, actually dying from a coma. Like, you're in, like, the medically induced, like, the coma where you're not really gonna come back to being lucid. You're in a vegetative state. But, by the way, why do they call it a vegetative state? Like a vegetable? Why a vegetable? Why was that the first inactive thing you thought of? Vegetables at least were alive. Like a rock. A rock wasn't alive. That would be a better one. Yeah. Like a rock isn't alive. It's never been alive. It's abiotic. Other things that are abiotic. Sand. Which is just rocks. Plastic. Soil. Silt, which is also just rocks. The sky. The sky is abiotic. Light, but light moves a lot. Never mind. What's the thing that doesn't move and it is abiotic? Clothes. Clothes can't move by themselves. You have to, polyester clothes. Polyester is synthetic, and it can't move by itself, and you have to move it around. And I still think it should be a rock. A rocketate, a igniostatic state. That's a word that I made up. I hope that's not a real word. I hope I made that up. Like, I don't want igniostatic to be a real thing that means that. And we're going to end on a Pokemon note. So every episode I'm going to talk about some underrated Pokemon and just go off. And today they're both from Generation 5 because I think a lot of the designs in that game are actually good, and a lot of people really dislike them for some reason that I don't understand. Like, Garbodor is bad, and I admit that, and it sucks. But, like, a lot of the other Pokemon are cool. And a lot of times I feel like I'm on the unpopular side of opinions of Pokemon designs. I got a lot of them. I like Klefki. I think Klefki's really cute. And I know a lot of people hate Klefki, and I don't understand why. It's adorable. And people hate Palisand for some reason. Palisand is amazing. Palisand should be protected. Sandygast is one of the cutest Pokemon from Generation 7. I've been told I have warped definitions of what's cute, since I think that Palisand and Pyukumuku are the second and third cutest Pokemon, not in that order. Rowlet's the cutest from Generation 7, obviously. I'm talking about from Generation 7, just to make that clear. But anyway, back to the Pokemon that are underrated that I'm talking about. So, first is Sewaddle. Not enough people appreciate Sewaddle. Sewaddle is the best of the Leavanny line. Not Sewaddle, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put Sewaddle there. I meant to put Swadloon. Sewaddle's cool, I guess. Leavanny's cool, I guess. They're nice. Swadloon is the best Cacoon Pokemon. I will die on that hill. Whatever Beautifly evolves from... No, I know what Beautifly evolves from. We're going to go through all the Cacoon Pokemon. Ready? Metapod. Super lame. It's a green horn thing. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bye. Get out. Alright, next. Kakuna. A little bit cooler. Less cool since it has Cocoon in its name. Like, really? You just took Cocoon and added an changed around the letters, and then was like, slap an A on that. A+ Pokemon design. Good job, everybody. Good names. And then you were like, hey, let's give it scythes on its arms so it doesn't look like Metapod but bad. Better design than Metapod because it has knives on its arms. Still bad. I love both Beedrill and Butterfree. Butterfree's better, but I like Beedrill too. Butterfree deserves a Mega. It does. Even though Megas don't exist anymore, I think they still should, because Megas were pretty cool. Or like a new form or something. But anyway, next, what's another Cocoon Pokemon? Oh, Cascoon. It's spiky. Silcoon. It's spiky. One of them's white, one of them's purple. Awesome. A+ design, everybody. Let's give them a round of applause. I love spiky cocoons that don't do anything, and they have eyes, and they're mad, and they're like, I'm a mad cocoon, and one of them's like, oh, I'm a less mad cocoon. Bad design. What was the one for Generation 4? What was the bug for Generation 4? I don't remember. What was the bug for Generation 4? What was the bug for Generation 4? I'm looking it up on Google. Can you, like, load? Okay, it's loading. Loading. Was there one? Never mind. I don't care enough to look it up. We're gonna skip it. Swadloon. Great Pokemon. The whatever... I don't remember Gen 6's bug-type names. I can picture them in my head. I like the fully evolved one that has different forms. I think that's really cool, and I like it when Nintendo does that. But I think that the Cocoon is bad and is dumb and bad, and it looks bad. Ow. I hurt myself. Dust something. I don't know. I don't remember. It's like, it's not the worst. I mean, it doesn't look bad for a Cocoon Pokemon, but I still don't like it. Like, I don't think it's good, but I think it's good for a Cocoon Pokemon, because it's way better than, like, Metapod. Swadloon, it's like It just wants to be, like, warm. It's like in a blanket. It's in a blanket, but it's leaves. And it's like, hey, I'm just gonna chill out and be wrapped in blankets. Then they're warm, and they're nice, and I like them. And I just want to chill out and shoot strings at things and take care of my little siblings, Swaddles, and have my mom feed me leaves or whatever I eat, because I'm a Pokemon and it's not really clear, because they don't say in the Pokedex entries what Swadloon eats, like they do with some of the Pokemon that they're like, it eats a Magikarp, real delicious, or it tries Pineco gets eaten by other bird Pokemon, which is why it explodes. That's not the Pokemon entry. And then, I have to wrap this up soon, so we're gonna move along. Gothitelle. Gothitelle's tight. It's like a goth. I like goths. That's the thing. I like the goth aesthetic on people. It's just like that with me. Alright, moving along. I think it's weird when people sexualize Pokemon, and especially feminine coded Pokemon have it a lot. And the Gothitelle it's weird, and the weirdest one is Lopunny. Because ew, it's literally a rabbit, and they have it like in the art, they have it put its hands there like they're boobs, and that's weird, and it's based off Playboy Bunny kind of, and that's weird, gross, disgusting. Yeah. Next, last one. Some Pokemon would definitely be banned from public transit. Like, if Pokemon were sent to our world, most of them would be banned from public transit, except the ones who can't do anything, like the Cacoon Pokemon. Most of the Cacoon Pokemon, they'll just, like, sit there and be on your lap. Or, like, little baby Pokemon, they just sit there and be cute. Like Munchlax. Munchlax would just eat things. Munchlax would just be like, hey, can I get my sandwich now, Mom? Yeah, sure, here you go. And then go to sleep, because Munchlax is adorable, and it's like top tier baby Pokemon. I'm gonna do a baby Pokemon tier list. Probably not though, but I want to. Whoops. Okay, and then but it's not our world, so a lot of Pokemon probably would be allowed to be on public transit. And they probably have like guards with Pokemon on public transit, but some Pokemon would definitely not be allowed to. Disregarding legendary Pokemon, because a lot of the time it's shown that there's like only one of those, and that they shouldn't have to worry about them because they're like hidden off in a mountain or something. Like some Pokemon just explode all the time, like Voltorb and Electrode. Their whole thing is that they explode a lot. That's like their thing. They're Pokeballs and they explode a lot. And Electrode's really fast. That's all I think about when I think of those Pokemon. In that order. And then, like, the Geodude line, Graveler and Golem, they learn explode. Yeah. They learn explosion. They just boom, boom. Any Pokemon with self-destruct or explosion will probably be banned. Solar Beam, maybe? Because, like, it can just blow up the train. Really any fully evolved Pokemon. Like, because a lot of, especially like 3-stage fully evolved Pokemon can just like wreck shop. They can just be like, I'm Charizard, I'm gonna melt your train. Like, really? Why? Don't do that. Don't bring Charizard on trains. If you've learned, okay, so, lesson time, where we put a moral in here, like that one episode of Animaniacs, and it's gonna be stupid, because I like Animaniacs a lot. Watch Animaniacs. But, if you learned any moral from this show, it should be that, put a watermelon, no, it should be that the normal gum flavor is a bad flavor, and everyone should stop using it, and everyone should stop liking it. And then the world would be a little more peaceful. And
we wouldn't fight wars ever. Because, as we all know, every war since the War of 1812 has been fought over flavors. So if we can cut back on the amount of bad flavors that there are, we can cut, and everyone agrees on the flavors that are bad, we can cut back on the amount of flavor wars that go on throughout the year. The worst of which being the Flavor World War II, where this dude ended up just like really hating all the population for their flavors. And that's not okay. That's bad. Don't be a Nazi. The actual moral of this, if you're a Nazi, actually go die. I hate you. Everyone should hate you. You probably hate me if you met me and actually got to know me. You'd super hate me. Don't be a Nazi. Nazis suck. Punch Nazis in the face. Stab a Nazi if you have to. Just don't be nice to Nazis. Enacting, and don't put others down for enacting violence on Nazis, because they are Nazis. Alright, thanks everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Peace.